Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is February 3rd, 2025, and the Royal Spanish Football Federation has decided to punish the referee in the Real Madrid versus Espanyol match. Also, one of the Club Soci's has challenged the Nike deal. And finally, Barcelona have received a 24 million euro boost in the late hours of this winter transfer market. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and this is the Barca News live podcast, which is on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where we discuss Barcelona news, but where I also get to interact with you lovely people in the chat section by reading your comments, answering your questions, and getting that discussion going. For those of you who will be watching when the podcast ends, I will be putting timestamps in the description and chapters in the timeline in case you do want to skip through the discussion and get straight to the news. Having said all that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to hit the goal key to get back with Fanatics. If you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are down below in the description. You click on them, you get access to some pretty cool deals and offers. All right, let's begin with the news. But before we do that, I do have an announcement. Some of you might recall, some of you who watch the channel on the regular basis, but last month, in December, I went to Argentina, and while I was there, I watched River Plate match. I went to their home stadium at the Monumental. I watched the River Plate match. It was an absolutely amazing match. Great atmosphere. One of the best atmospheres in South America. And I took my camera with me, and I filmed the whole experience, and I kept promising I was going to make a video. I didn't, but now I do want to announce that the video is officially done. It was edited by one of the oldest channel followers, Hart, who is always in a live. So if he pops up today and if I see him in the chat section, I'll definitely give him a shout out. But the video is up. We'll be going live tomorrow. So stay tuned to that video. I'm very excited. I think it came out pretty well. So hopefully you guys enjoy them. All right, let's start with the news. And as always, the first segment of news has multiple bits of news all combined together. It's starting with Wojciech Szczesny, because, ladies and gentlemen, today Hansi Flick gave the squad a day off because yesterday, of course, they played La Liga match against Alaves, which was a difficult and intense match. On Thursday, we have the Copa del Rey match, quarterfinals against Valencia. So, given so many matches, given so many minutes that these players have been playing, Hansi Flick decided to give the entire squad a day off. However, there was one guy present today at the training facilities, or the Ciudad Esportiva, which was Wojciech Szczesny, who, despite being given a day off, he still showed up today, trained by himself, because, of course, he wants to continue working on his form. And now that Hansi Flick has put the full trust in him, making him the number one goalie of the squad, Szczesny does not want to disappoint, so he showed up today during the day off to train on his own. So I think we have to give it to Wojciech Szczesny, who continues to work on himself and continues trying to improve. Hopefully he continues to improve, because obviously he's made several mistakes which have been pretty graves. And, you know, if we want to make it far, we cannot be having those kind of mistakes. So hopefully this will help Wojciech Szczesny, you know, get acclimated to Flick's system and hopefully get them all settled in. Now, the next bit of news is that it's related to Real Madrid, but it also affects, I guess, all clubs, including Barcelona in La Liga, because the Royal Spanish Football Federation has decided to punish the referee from the Espanyol match, or the two referees from the Espanyol match, Muniz Ruiz and Iglesias Villanueva. And why, you might ask, these two referees were punished, and it was because of this foul. This was a counter-attack by Real Madrid that was led by Kylian Mbappe, and as you can see, that Espanyol player tackles him from the back, studs up, pretty high up the leg. And again, these kind of fouls, especially from behind, are usually red cards. The referee did not award a red card. He awarded a yellow. The VAR missed it. And in fact, that's the player who ends up scoring Espanyol's winning goal. And as a result, Real Madrid lose. They drop 3 points. Barcelona are able to close the gap. So, of course, Real Madrid were indignated by this error, which was a clear error. This player should have been red carded, which, of course, would have had an effect on the match. And as a result, the Royal Spanish Football Federation and the CTA have decided to punish the two referees by pretty much not awarding them any matches to ref during this upcoming fixture, this upcoming weekend. Now, a couple of things I want to say about this. First of all, well done. It's about time that we start punishing referees. You know, we see it in the Premier League all the time. When a referee makes a mistake, he gets suspended or he gets punished. We've seen how horrible La Liga referees are, where they're making a mistake every single match, every single week. So it's about time that these referees start to get punished, because these referees make a lot of freaking money. I mean, they're making, I think it was 250 or 300,000 euros a year. They're making a lot of money to do this job. And if they can't do it well, the least we could do is, give them some repercussions, right? If I messed up in one of my cases at my job, you bet your ass I'm going to be in deep, deep trouble. I might even get fired. These referees make gruesome mistakes day in and day out. Nobody says anything. So finally, referee gets punished. So bravo to the Royal Spanish Football Federation and CTA for doing this. But of course, the second point is, and let's start doing that all across the board. Not just when referees make mistakes against Real Madrid. How about we also do it against referees that make mistakes against other teams? Because we saw that huge robbery against Celta Vigo by Real Madrid. 3 flagrant errors by the referee. A goal that a penalty that should have been awarded in favor of Celta. A goal that should have been canceled. There's another penalty that should have been awarded. I mean, gruesome mistakes that could have easily swung the match the other way around, and Real Madrid could have been easily eliminated out of the Copa del Rey. That referee was not punished, and that's just one of many, many, many mistakes that have benefited Real Madrid. I mean, they have 10 penalty kicks in their favor, 0 against, where the other teams, I think Atletico Madrid have 3 in favor, 3 against. Barcelona have 4 in favor, 3 against. Okay, look at every team, and the penalties in favor and against is pretty balanced. Real Madrid, 10 in favor, 0 against. Not to mention the multiple fouls that we've seen all across the season. Studs up, Endrick hitting a player from the back. Not to mention Vinicius Jr. constantly fighting with players, insulting referees to their face, calling them sons of bitches. Nothing, no red cards, nothing. Flick does this gesture, he gets suspended. Lewandowski touches his nose, he gets suspended. So I'm glad that these referees were punished, but how about we start applying that punishment all across the board? Where a referee makes a gruesome error, let's punish him. Let's not just punish referees who hurt Real Madrid. Now, ironically speaking, Real Madrid have drafted a letter that they sent over to the refereeing body complaining about what happened against Espanyol, where they called the refereeing corrupted and discredited. And they even went as far as accusing the VAR images of being deliberately manipulated. This is Real Madrid, ladies and gentlemen, the club that has historically been most favored by refereeing mistakes, calling the refereeing manipulated, the VAR images manipulated, and the refereeing corrupted. And then Real Madrid TV went as far as saying that this La Liga or this refereeing has been stained by Negreira. Poor Real Madrid. Referees always making mistakes in their favor, but they're the victims. They're the victims. But anyways, the plus thing here is that at least some referees are getting punished. Let's hope that this becomes all across the board, not just against referees who go against Real Madrid. Now, the last bit of news for this first segment is in regards to the Camp Nou, because on February 11th, Barcelona will be holding a presentation where they're going to update Club Soci, the press, anybody who wants to be in attendance in regards to the Spotify Camp Nou. They're going to show videos, pictures to show the progress of the Camp Nou, what has been done, what's left to be done, where exactly in the timeline they are. And they're going to answer all the questions in regards to the stadium. Of course, I'm going to cover that presentation, and I'm going to bring you the latest update directly from the club in regards to the stadium, not from reporters, not from people on the ground, but directly from the club. So I will cover all of it. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you can get the notification when that video goes live. All right, let's start with the chat section, and then we are going to talk about the Nike deal because it has been challenged. All right, let's see. Keith says, Mo, what's good, Keith? Thank you for joining, and thank you for your comment. Mike Valencia says, what's up, Mo? I made a theory that Man City screwed us kind of with the sale of Nico because I think they met the release clause in the final hours in order to not strengthen Barca with Rashford deal. We'll talk about that deal, but no, that's not what happened. I don't think Man City cares about whether Barcelona gets strengthened or not. They're not sitting there like doing the math. Oh, let's see, when can we trigger this so we can screw? No, These clubs make signings based on their needs. They're not thinking about what clubs are they strengthening or not. I mean, maybe if Barcelona played in the Premier League or Man City played in La Liga, maybe, and that's a big, big maybe. But come on. All right, let's see. Carlos says, I believe Araujo will be leaving this summer. The style of play don't fit him right now. Maybe even Eric is above him with these tactics. I mean, there is a really good chance that Araujo is going to leave. Otherwise, why would he reserve that clause in his contract that would allow him to leave, or the exit clause that would allow him to leave for 65 million? You know, if a player is 100% sure of staying at the club, they don't really make emergency or backup plans, right? Because that's what the exit clause is. It's a backup plan. Let me see how things go. And if I don't like it, I can leave. If you're 100% sure about playing at the club, you don't really negotiate those kind of exit plans or exit clauses, right? Look at Gavi, look at Pedri, Balde, all these players that have renewed recently. None of them have those exit clauses. They all have €1 billion release clauses because they're 100% sure. I want to stay in Barca and Barca only. And if you already have doubts, then yeah, then you do make those kind of plans, and so there is a good chance that Araujo will end up leaving. Neymar says, I have never celebrated a transfer between two other teams this much. Visca Barca. Visca Barca, my friend. And Axel says 24 million goes a long way. Just wish it came earlier so we could have gotten Rashford and reinforced the squad. Unfortunate, but the show must go on. Indeed, my friend. And Super Ice says, hey, Mo, I finally back and have 600 subs. All right. Congratulations, my friend. That's huge. The first few hundred subs are the hardest. I mean, I think now for YouTube, in order to become monetized, you need at least 500 subs. But when I started, it was 1,000 subs. And I remember those 1,000 subs took so long to get. It's a snowball effect. Once you start getting subs, you start getting more and more and more. And then it's like a snowball, right? But at first, to get those initial few hundred subs is really, really difficult. So congratulations, my friend, on that achievement. It's definitely a huge step. Continue working hard. Continue making videos, and your channel's only gonna keep growing. You know, the only advice I give anyone who asks me, hey Mo, I want to open a YouTube channel, what do you recommend? I'm like, just consistency. There's not much to it. There's no any super secret sauce to this. It's just consistency. You just gotta keep doing the videos, and at one point the channel's gonna grow. When that point is gonna arrive, I don't know. Everybody's different, right? Some people, their channel starts growing after a few months. Some people might take a year or two. But the point is consistency. That's the only way that the channel is going to grow. So congratulations, my friend. I hope your channel continues to grow. And again, consistency is key. All right, let's get back to the news. Because we do have to talk about the Nike deal. Because, ladies and gentlemen, a Club Soci by the name Giuseppe Oriola, I think that's his name. Yes, Oriola has challenged the Nike deal, stating that there is the lack of transparency, and that during the extraordinary meeting where the Nike deal was approved, he did not receive enough information. Now, just to recap, of course, Barcelona were negotiating with Nike for a very long time to extend the contract and to improve it, after Jean Laporta found out that the previous contract signed by Bartomeu was an absolute disaster. Nike were paying Barcelona close to, I think it was like 35 million euros per year, which is absolutely embarrassing. Not to mention that there were so many clauses that punished Barcelona for not achieving certain things during the season. Like if you didn't win La Liga, that's minus 10 million or minus 20 million. We don't know the exact figures of these clauses, but we do know that they existed. So it was an incredibly awful contract that Bartomeu had signed in 2018 because, of course, he was desperate. The club was bleeding money left and right. So he just wanted to sign a Nike deal to try to bring in more profits. And, of course, Nike took advantage of that, and he signed a horrendous contract. When Laporta found out, he was like, this cannot be happening. We need to renegotiate a new deal. Laporta went as far as terminating the contract. Of course, Nike filed a lawsuit. The court agreed with Nike that you can't just terminate a contract all willy-nilly. Laporta even went as far as negotiating with other companies like Puma. And then finally, after many months of negotiations, Barcelona were able to renew this Nike deal with much more favorable terms to Barcelona, where reportedly Nike will pay Barcelona around 100 to 120 million euros per season. Plus, there's the signing bonus of 150 million. And of course, all of these numbers have not been officially confirmed by the club. This is mostly the press kind of like getting information from insiders or things like that. Now, during this, now, of course, once that Nike deal was negotiated, signed, and everything was good, the board of directors had to present it to the Socis through an extraordinary assembly or an extraordinary general assembly where the board presented the Nike deal to the Socis, and then the Socis voted to either you're in favor of approving or disapproving. Of course, the Nike deal did get approved with big numbers, but no numbers as far as no details of the contract were given. The excuse was that there's a confidentiality clause that was signed with Nike, and as such, Laporta didn't really reveal any of the figures of the Nike deal. He simply called it the best contract in football history. When he was asked why, his answer was, "Trust me, bro." And of course, it is Sochi. That wasn't enough, which is 100% understandable. Let's imagine you have a business, you have a company, and you have a CEO or a president running the company for you, and then he comes to you and he's like, "Hey, Tom," or whatever, "I just signed the best contract in the history of your company." And you're like, "Okay, what is it?" "Oh, I can't tell you." "All right, well, how am I gonna know that it's the best ever?" "Trust me, bro." And you gotta be like, "What? I don't think so, man. This is my company. Like, you work for me. What do you mean, trust me, bro? Like, I need to know, who the hell did you sign a contract with? What are the figures? How much money are we making?" "Bro, trust me, bro. It's the best, okay? Trust me, bro." So that was pretty much how Gian Laporta and his board presented this. And this Club Soci, of course, he's not having it. So he has challenged the Nike deal and challenged the General Assembly where the Nike deal was approved. Now, we're going to have to see how the club responds and where this challenge goes. But for now, the news is that the Nike deal has been challenged. All right, let's go back to the comment section, and then we are going to talk about the 24 million euros that Barcelona just got. Can you say cha-ching? Carlos says, "Where are the refs where all the other teams get the wrong calls? This is disgusting." That's a great question. Apparently, it's only a bad thing when you harm Madrid. If you harm the other teams, that's okay. It's just a mistake. Don't worry about it. You're going to get better. But if it's against Madrid, ooh, my friend, how dare you? How dare you? McCoy says, "Real Madrid are pathetic, and so is the Royal Football Federation. Absolute joke. Barca has to be competing against a whole institution and organization. Absolutely disgusting." It is, and it's not just Barca. I mean, this horrible refereeing affects all the clubs except Madrid, because when the one time it affected them against Espanyol, we're seeing all this uproar. But unfortunately, this affects all the other clubs in La Liga, but, who cares about the other 19 clubs? As long as Real Madrid are not harmed, that's the most important things, because it's called Real Madrid League, not La Liga. Carlos says, "Where's the Fed when all the other teams got hurt by these calls? This is a joke. We just hope they start getting punished more when it happens to the other teams." Yes, and that's what I'm saying. I'm glad they took this first step. It's pretty hypocritical that they only did it when Real Madrid was harmed, but we don't know, right? This is the first time they're doing it, at least in the last 10 years that I can remember. I don't know if they didn't done it in the past. I haven't taken a dive to see when referees been punished in La Liga. So it is the first time in a very long time. Let's see. Maybe this is the first step towards better refereeing, towards more responsibility. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt, and let's not just assume that this is only going to happen when it hurts Madrid. Let's see. Let's wait until the end of the season. If it continues to happen only when referees hurt Madrid, then yeah, obviously we have a very, very serious problem. John Williams says, "Hey Mo, how you doing? Thank you so much for always giving us Barca news, guys. Please click the button, subscribe, share, and comment." Thank you, my friend. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for watching. But yes, guys, hit the like button. It's the best way you can support this channel. When you hit the like button, it prompts the YouTube algorithm to recommend the video to people who've never seen the channel. This is the best way to grow. It's your way of helping this channel grow. That only takes you a second, and it's completely free. You just click done. You just helped the channel, and you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to get off your sofa, assuming you're watching this on your sofa. All right, let's get back to the news, because we do have to talk about the 24 million euros that Barcelona just received, because Nico Gonzalez, during the final hours of the transfer market, has officially joined Manchester City. As you know, Nico Gonzalez is someone that came up through the Barcelona academy, had a lot of promise. We all hope that he can make it in the first team, but unfortunately, He wasn't disciplined enough. He's known for, or at least he was known, maybe not anymore, and that's why he's succeeding a lot more. But he was known for his night activities, if you want to put it that way. He liked to party, he liked to club, so he wasn't 100% focused on his career. So as such, he didn't really make it in Barcelona. So as such, Barcelona ended up transferring him to Porto for a total of 8 million euros. And when they made that transfer, they reserved what was it? 40%, right? Is that how much it was? Or 30%? A percentage of his future rights. And at Porto, it looks like maybe club life, nightlife is not as exciting in the city of Porto, because in Porto, Nico Gonzalez flourished. He became, a very important player for the Portuguese team. He started shining, and that, of course, caught the attention of Manchester City, who are in desperate need of a defensive midfielder because their midfield has been in absolute shambles ever since the real Ballon d'Or winner, Rodri, got injured. Not the crybaby Ballon d'Or winner Vinicius. No, the real Ballon d'Or winner, Rodri, got injured, and ever since, Manchester City's midfield has been abysmal. So, of course, City looking to resolve that problem because Rodri is going to be out until the end of the season. Then they decided to sign Nico Gonzalez. Porto put up a hell of a fight. Manchester City were trying to negotiate a fair price for Nico Gonzalez, but Porto pretty much said, sorry, the only way you can have Nico is if you pay his entire release clause. So, of course, Manchester City were forced to pay it. The release clause was 60 million euros, and from this 60 million euros, Barcelona will get 24 million euros because they own 40% of the rights of the players. So definitely a very welcome financial boost for the club, because given our financial situation, any money is welcome. In 24 million euros, hey, let's do it. All right, let's get back to the chat section. And then we are going to talk about Pablo Torre, because it's related to the Nico Gonzalez deal. Curtis says, Mo, this is only dumb because it's Madrid. Watch and see whether other teams complain. I bet nothing is going to happen. Hopefully not. Again, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Let's put it that way, because we did hear about that league conversation where the president of the CTA pretty much reamed his referees. They had a virtual meeting and he was yelling at them, cursing at them because they had suspended Flick. When Flick got his red card, didn't say anything, didn't insult anyone, didn't scream. He just did this, and they gave him a red card. And then the president of CTA held the meeting with the refs. He's like, what the F is wrong with you guys? You have Vinicius, who's constantly yelling at you, insulting you to your faces, and you don't suspend them. And here's Flick, who does a gesture, and you go and suspend them. Like, what is wrong with you? We got, I made a video about that when that meeting was leaked. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to just say, oh, this is not going to happen again unless it's against Madrid. Let's see. If it continues this way, we'll talk about it. But for now, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Local Bolivian. All right. Says Flick has mentioned that this team is very young. I could definitely see Araujo being benched once Iñigo is ready. Garcia has proven he's unstoppable. The team needs a lefty center back and Pau on ball. Yeah, to me right now, Iñigo and Cubarsí are the best center back duo since Piqué and Puyol. And I know, that's a big statement to make. I'm not saying they're better or as good. I'm saying the best since them. Yeah, let's make this clear, because I can already see it. People in the comment section, oh my God, Mo said that Cubarsí and Iñigo are better than Puyol and Piqué. I did not say that. The best duo since then. Okay? Which is pretty funny, because last season, people were all over the comment section. Iñigo sucks. Get him out. He's old. He sucks. Sell Iñigo. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Iñigo has been one of the best center backs in the last 10 years in La Liga. Like, always top 5, top 3 center backs in La Liga. And here we go. The proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. Sonic Boom says Laporta should put more pressure on La Liga. Real Madrid, through their social media, constantly targeting refs. And I'm pretty sure it's happening because Perez is giving them order. What Laporta needs to do is there has to be a serious conversation where Laporta should try to bring all the other clubs on board, the other 18 clubs that are also affected by this, and then come together and go to the CTA, to the Royal Spanish Football Federation, and say enough is enough. Because they accuse Barcelona of influence in the league through Negreira, which So this day, there's zero proof that Negreira had any doing with the refereeing in La Liga. Period. They just simply cannot stomach the fact that Barcelona was destroying Madrid for years. But here we have Real Madrid actually influencing the league through the Real Madrid TV, because every week, all last season and this season, they make every time a referee is announced that's going to be ref in Madrid's match, boom, they release a quote unquote documentary trashing that referee, making him seem like, oh, worst referee ever. He hates Madrid. He's going to rule against Madrid. And all these videos have had an effect. And you can see it. You can watch it with your own eyes, how these videos have had an effect, because now referees are scared. You know, there's all this videos and reports talking about how they're bad. So when they're reffing, that's in the back of their head. So they're scared to call fouls against Madrid because, you know, they don't want to be labeled as, oh, corrupt referee that's been paid by Negreira and, you know, is reffing against Madrid on purpose, right? Vinicius Jr. comes up to their faces, calls them sons of bitches to their face, yelling right here, face to face. And they're scared to pull a red card because Vinicius then is going to start crying, talking about racism and talking about how, you know, people hate him because he's black. And it's like, no, my friend, people don't hate you because you're black. People hate you because you're a piece of shit, right? So that's what these clubs need to do. They need to come up and say enough is enough. If you really want to talk about influencing the league and adulterating the league, then tell Real Madrid TV to stop doing it, because this is not an independent TV station doing this. This is a club-owned TV. So this is no different than Ancelotti coming on the mic and saying these refs are all corrupt. This is no different than any Madrid players to come out on the mic and say that. And we know when players say that, they get 4-match, 5-match bans. It's happened. It's happened to many other players who have come up on mic and complain about refs, and they get a 4 or 5-match ban. When coaches do it, same thing. So why is it that Real Madrid TV get to do it? I mean, it's literally the representative of Real Madrid as a club. It's their mouthpiece. It's no different than Ancelotti saying that. So if a coach can get suspended for complaining about refs, why is Real Madrid TV allowed to do that? Well, anyways. All right, let's do the last bit of news, since we did talk about Nico Gonzalez, but Barcelona received a late offer from Porto to sign Pablo Torre. Now, as I said, it's linked to Nico Gonzalez because, of course, once Manchester City triggered the 60 million euro release clause for Nico Gonzalez, signing him on a permanent transfer, Porto were now in need of a midfielder to replace Nico Gonzalez, and it's reported that during the final moments of the day, they reached out to Pablo Torre to try to convince him to join the Portuguese club. Now, we don't know what the details of the offer is, how much it was, but we do know that Porto tried to sign Pablo Torre during the final hours of the day. However, Hansi Flick blocked this because he said, I don't think so. I don't want to lose anyone during the winter transfer market. Of course, that has always been his position, that he rather not lose anyone, except Ansu Fati, of course, because he sucks. And as such, Hansi Flick blocked this. Plus, as I told you in yesterday's video, Hansi Flick has already had a conversation with Pablo Torre, where Pablo Torre made it very clear to Hansi that even though he's not getting minutes, that even though he has multiple offers on the table to leave this winter, he wants to stay because he believes Barcelona is the best club for his development. And even though he's aware that there's plenty of competition in the midfield, he is willing to remain patient because he knows his opportunity will eventually come up. And he believes that he can earn a spot, or at least earn more minutes under Flick, if he continues working hard, training hard, and, you know, doing his thing. And again, Flick doesn't want him to leave. And with the very small salary that Pablo Torre has, I mean, he's not really bothering anyone. It's not like he's affecting the financial fair play or anything. So, of course, Flick very happy to have Pablo Torre, who, again, is a different profile than most of our midfielders. So it's always good to have a different profile on our squad. All right, let's get back to the chat section, and then we will end this. And of course, there will be a news video later tonight. But Michael with the first donation of the night. Thank you, my friend, for your generous donation. Says, hey, Mo, by any chance, do you play pickup football? I did. Not anymore because I just don't have the time. Wait, are you talking about pick up American football or pick up regular football? Because technically I play both, but now I don't play either because just time constraints. You know, I work all day. I do this too. YouTube takes a lot of time. I train MMA. I have my dog that I got to take care of. Plus your regular human things like running errands, doing laundry, cooking, grocery shopping. So just very, very busy. But no, I haven't played pickup football in a very, very long time. All right, let's see. Not the gamer says, hasn't Nico been playing in a double pivot? Oh no, LOL, signing a player who plays in a double pivot as a single. That's not gonna be good. I mean, I don't really know what Pep Guardiola's plan is. If Pep Guardiola signed him, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. We'll have to wait and see. But man, Man City are just poof, poof. Talk about imploding. I've never seen a team implode so fast. Imploding happens to all teams, right? When Penaldo left, Real Madrid were already on a decline, and after that, I think they went a whole season without trophyless. So all teams implode, right? You get a good core of players, you build on it, and then you start building momentum. You start winning, and but then eventually some of those players leave. Maybe some of them get old. Maybe other teams figure out how to stop you. But eventually, after several seasons of being on top, you start declining, of course. And it takes a while, right? But Man City went from last season being absolute one of the best in Europe, or if not the best in Europe, to just a joke. Like they just lost 5-1 against Arsenal. I've never seen a team implode so fast. Like usually you start, you're doing great, and then the next season you do a little bit worse. Maybe you don't win as many trophies. Maybe you end up second in the league. Season after that, a little bit worse, less trophies. Maybe you still end up second or maybe third in the league. And then the third year, you're already like, whoa, what's going on? No, these guys went like, boom, just like a plane falling out of the sky. King Q says, I saw that Porto purchased another 20% of his rights right before the transfer of Nico went through. I'm not sure. And honestly, I don't care. As long as Barcelona get their 24 million, they can do whatever they want with the player, and Man City can do whatever they want, and they can play him as a goalkeeper or whatever the hell they want. As long as we get our 24 million, off you go, my friend. Sonic says, remember how Madrid social media posted a video where they associated this club to Hitler? I still don't understand why this club never got them reply for that false propaganda. I don't know about Hitler, but they did make a video saying that Barcelona were the regime's team. If you don't know what they mean, is Spain was under a very long dictatorship, a brutal dictatorship by General Franco. He's a military guy who overthrew the government, installed himself as the leader, as all coups d'etats happen. And he was a dictator for decades. And Real Madrid TV went on to claim that Barcelona were Franco's team, that they were the regime's team, that Franco protected them, which of course is nothing further than the truth, right? Real Madrid was the regime's team. Real Madrid has always been the regime's team. In fact, Franco waged a brutal war against Catalans, slaughtering Catalans in the street, unleashing the military on his own subjects, technically, because Catalans are still part of Spain. So he unleashed a brutal war against Catalans, committed massacres against them, slaughtering them in the streets, torturing them. He assassinated one of the presidents of FC Barcelona. And it was a brutal. And so for Real Madrid not only to twist and lie about history, but on top of that, to do it about such a painful history, it's fucking disgusting. It's really, really fucking disgusting. It's like saying, oh, the Jews were Hitler's favorite people. And you're like, all right, not only are you lying because obviously Hitler hated Jews, but now you're also you're lying about something really painful in history. And the Civil War of Spain was something very painful for Catalans because they got massacred in the streets. In fact, speaking of Hitler, during Nazi Germany, Spain was kind of neutral but leaned more towards the Axis powers. So during Nazi Germany, actually, Franco's regime rounded up Catalans and put them in concentration camps. And that's how brutal he was against Catalans. So for Real Madrid to lie about something like that, something so painful in history for Catalans, and something that's such a fucking lie, I mean, it's just fucking disgusting. It just goes to show how low this club is. But the crazy thing is that their followers bought it. I mean, just the other day, this idiot with smooth brain, zero IQ, literally commented on one of my videos saying Barcelona is the regime's club. And I'm like, how stupid are you? Like, dude, you are typing this comment on a smartphone, on a phone that's literally capable of accessing the entire knowledge that humans have built in thousands of years of existence. This little thing can access from anywhere in the world. You can access all the knowledge that humans have accumulated in thousands of years of existence. And yet you're so fucking stupid. Like, how's that possible? Like, all it takes is literally just Google, and you can access all the history archives about Franco and what he did to Catalans. But yet you refuse to do that, and instead you decide to use this to say stupid shit. And it's like, I've lost hope for humanity. Anyways, let's do donations. We do have 2 donations. Sanjok, thank you, my friend, for your incredible donation. Sanjok is always very, very, very generous to this channel, but says, Mo, do you notice the amount of back passes Araujo makes? When Kuwarsi had the ball, we moved forward, maintaining high line. This with Araujo, we moved back. Yeah, because Araujo has always struggled with this. Even under Xavi, he struggled with this. He's just not really someone who knows how to build plays from the back. He doesn't know how to make those forward passes, doesn't know how to make those line-breaking passes. So whenever he has the ball, if he feels pressure, like if he feels that the other team are pressuring him, he always opts for the safe pass, whether it's a back pass or a pass to a guy next to him, because he doesn't know how to make those forward passes. So when you don't know, you're not going to risk it, because if you attempt a forward pass, it's going to get intercepted, and now you're left with your pants down around your ankles. So that's why he always opts for the safe pass, which of course is a big problem because Flick likes to build up from the back. And if you have a player who cannot build up from the back and just keeps making side or back passes, that affects things. And that's why we saw him subbed out in the halftime and bring in Eric Garcia, another player who people were ready to throw out. Careful what you wish for. Ardian says, keep up the good work, Bo. Bisca Barça. Champions League is our this year. Real Madrid Club de Fascismo. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for your generous donation. And yes, I really, really hope that we win the Champions League. And yes, 100%. Real Madrid has always been the regime's club. Let's not try to twist history. Let's not try to make fake history lessons, because, I mean, anybody with the smallest knowledge of Spanish history knows that. But unfortunately, there's too many stupid people out there who are too lazy to do something as easy as Google. So they just go by whatever they hear. And by the way, this applies for anyone who watches this channel too. Don't just take my word for it. I can easily be lying to you. Go do your own research. Research Franco's regime. Read about what he did in Spain. Don't just take my word for it. Not the Gamer says, fun fact, Franco actually sent soldiers to fight with Germany in the Eastern Front. They joined the German army to make Spain officially join, to not make Spain officially join the war. Yeah. And again, during World War II, they actually rounded up Catalans and they put them in concentration camps. And some idiot comes on my channel telling me about how Barcelona are the regime's club. I'm like, my guy, how do you don't forget how to breathe? Fucking stupid. Kill Bill Mad says, actually, we will receive only 10 million from Porto. The official statement from just came out. They bought 20% of future sales right for 3 damn millions. This board and Deco are stupid. Oh, interesting. I had not seen that before doing it. I'm definitely got to look into it. And if I come across it, I'll definitely make another video. But that's interesting. Thank you, my friend, for that. And Darko Sindrik says, Barca get only 20% from Nico's transfer. We always get screwed somehow. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in, for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, your incredibly, incredibly generous donations. I will be making a video after this, so stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to look into that Nico thing, do a little more digging. I'll address it in the video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, and forever, Pisca Barça.